Okay, hello. This is the reading from my friend Bridge. And as always, I started out with the clearing of the cards and a little chat with spirits, guides, and angels of the highest vibration. I asked for grace, clarity, compassion, and objectivity for this reading, and that I would be able to give you something that resonates with you. And let's see, move forward. So I drew three cards, and then I drew three confirmation cards for you. And what I'm going to do is go through, since I've not given you a reading before, I'm going to go through and tell you which deck each card came from, and essentially what the meaning is and how it relates to you. The first card is essentially the dominant energy. It's kind of what's going on, and it's what's influencing things on, right now. The second card is what you should be focused on. And then the third card is what you need to be moving toward. But those are kind of generalizations. The cards come together and tell a story, and so you don't have to worry about too much, about how that is. But I do like to share that, just like some people use the past, present, future. Then there's dominant energy, what to focus on and what you're moving toward, that sort of thing, just to kind of give you a little, just a little kind of idea of a little kind of a linear line. We tend to think very linearly in this existence, and on the other side of the veil there is no linear. So, but it just kind of gives you, you can think of it as past, present, future. Is something that's happened usually in the recent past, but it's not necessarily just recent. It could be something that happened a while ago, but also something that is still weighing on you and affecting the choices that you're making, which is essentially the dominant energy. And then the present, what you should be focused on, is where you're supposed to be right now. So that's kind of the present. And then what you're moving toward is future. So past, present, future, dominant energy, what's focused on and what you're moving toward is all essentially the same thing. It's just how you understand it. I also want to tell you that I use the word spirit, God, universe, sometimes other things. Sometimes something pops out of my mouth that I don't recognize. And I use them all interchangeably, and you can pop in there any words that you want. This does not go against any religious, beliefs or spiritual beliefs that you may already have. So you can use whatever word you want. It'd be great. So we'll start. The first card that I pulled for you, I pulled from the Mystical Shaman deck, and it's really a beautiful deck, and it uses ancient symbols, and a lot of these symbols came from even before the written word. And so I like to share with you the essence that comes in the book, and that gives the original meaning of the symbols as they relate to this oracle deck. And wherever you happen to be in the world, they have similar symbols, and have sometimes the meanings are very similar, exactly the same, and sometimes they're very different. So I'm going to give you the essence of these as they relate to this particular deck. And the card that you got was Circle, and they're kind of difficult to see on the computer. I'll be happy to take pictures of these and send them to you, if that's something that you're interested in. But so the Circle is it's a beautiful card, and it's all about everything being connected. And that's a very important message, because sometimes we tend to feel a little disconnected. Sometimes we feel a little separated from the pack, or we feel like loners and lone wolves, like we don't necessarily fit in. And this is actually, it's talking a lot about the interconnectedness, and then how everything affects everything. It's like the ripple on the pond. But it's a nice card to come up when you're feeling a little detached, especially if you've been trying to work towards something and you're struggling with it. and you're feeling like you're not getting anywhere, you need to know that everything is connected. And when you write one thing, then other things tend to get right too. I talk a lot about self-care and how self-care is never selfish. You must do it. And I also talk a lot about physical, spiritual, and emotional balance. And if one thing is out, it affects the other two. But when you fix the one thing that's out, then the other two improve as well. So it really, when we are at our best and really moving towards living as our highest selves at the moment, because that always continues to evolve as well, then things tend to be in balance and things go smoothly. We think clearly, we're relaxed, just things just work better. Everything works better. Relationships improve, situations improve, everything. So the first card you got was the circle. So I'm going to read to you the essence of the circle, and then I'll give you a little bit of insight of what it means specifically to you. So the essence, or the actual meaning of this symbol, is unification, interconnectedness, and a sense of continuum is what this card implies. The circle reminds us we are all one, dancers in a unified, continuous, inclusive circle. This card reminds us of all the cycles of life, an evolving self, ever-changing and always connected. Human, spirit, nature, and cosmos, all intrinsically connected. So this wants you, the encouragement with this card is to remind you that you are a part of the whole and that you are connected, that you're connected to everything and everyone, including spirit. And one of the things that we tend to forget is that we are actually creating this life in tandem with, we are co-creating this life that we are living with spirit. So we have help from the other side of the veil. And we have, spirit wants to answer your prayers, and every thought and every word that comes out of your mouth, every thought that goes through your mind goes out into the universe as a prayer, and spirit sets out to answer those prayers in the best way spirit can, which is going to be for your highest good. So it's important that you know that you count and that you are an integral part of everything. But on a less grand scale, you are a very integral part of the world that you live in, your family, your friends, your job. You have amazing things to contribute, and what you have to contribute counts as very important, and you need to know where you would like to be, to not worry too much about it, because you are moving towards that. You have no choice but to move forward. So you need to know that your work, your love, your friendship, your whatever you contribute, your community service, your holding the door for people, and smiling at strangers, and being a team player at work, all of those things really they bring much more value than you realize. I don't think you realize really how much of an influence you are, and that there are people around you that really, they love you, they look up to you, and they're watching you, and because you make them feel good. You make them feel good about themselves. And you need to know that you are very loved and very appreciated, and that you have much to contribute. So even if you're feeling a little disconnected, know that you're still very important to other people. It's okay to feel a little disconnected. It's okay to sometimes feel like maybe you're not at your best. That's okay, because your best is still, your mediocre is still great. It's still appreciated and greatly needed. So we know things like, being kind to strangers just because it's the right thing to do, or we just, you hold the door for somebody, you say hello to somebody, and then we move on. We have no idea really how that affects them, but Spirit wants you to know that every time that you show a kindness and you are just your most authentic self to the people around you, that you are changing the course of their life. And it's because you're a light giver yourself. And try not to let people dim that light. I feel like you need to know that you don't have to allow people to be toxic to you. Not everybody deserves you, and not everybody deserves to be in your life. And you don't have to keep people around. You don't have to not love them. You can still love them all you want, but you don't have to allow them to be toxic to your existence or to affect you in ways that prevents you from moving forward and living the life that you choose. So know that you are much loved and you have much to contribute, and that's very important. So the next card that I pulled for you comes from the Wisdom of the Oracle, and these cards are really fun. You see the little oracle on the front. There's a little face, and every one of these cards on the other side, there's an oracle hidden in there somewhere. And the message with that, and in this case, it's right here. You're not going to be able to see it on here, but I'll be happy to send that to you if you want to see it. But you got new life. And this is a very exciting card because what new life is all about is about you taking the giant leaps and moving forward and growing exponentially into something that you've been working toward. And you realizing your full potential and you reaching goals and then being able to set more goals. And I feel compelled to tell you that you need to think bigger. Think bigly, Bridge. It's important. You want to don't sell yourself short. Don't think that there's things that aren't meant for you. Opportunities that come your way are designed specifically for you. So, but new life suggests, and this is in the here and now, that you're on your way. That there are big things coming. Heaven's heard your prayers, and things that you've been working toward are coming to fruition. And there's just lots of really you're reaping the benefits essentially of the work that you put in, the sweat of your brow, and this isn't just like your regular daily job. This is work that you're putting on yourself. This is about not only like tangible growth. This is physical, emotional, and spiritual growth, and you moving into a new season and behind. So this is a time you're going to be bursting with new ideas and creativity, and they're all going to be really good, and you're going to be able to move forward on those. It's about renewal and regeneration and revival, and it's a very exciting time. And because you got this circle card, which is all about being connected, I felt very strongly there that you felt a little disconnected for a while. This is telling you that even though you felt a little disconnected, you weren't alone. And this card suggests, the new life card suggests that little cloud that's been following you around a little bit and kind of making you doubt yourself, little bastard sits on your shoulder and is telling you can't, or don't do that, or whatever it is whispering in your ear that prevents you from moving forward as quickly or as enthusiastically is probably a better word, because quick isn't necessarily good. Is kind of lifting and going away and all of that, and you're going to see things much clearer, and you're going to and success begets success. So you're going to have one good idea that's going to lead to another good idea. So things are going to be looking much brighter for you, and you're going to be feeling enthusiastic and creative and bursting with energy and enthusiasm, and all of that, because that's what you send, what you get back. And we'll talk a little bit about the law of attraction. What you send out is what comes back to you. So whatever you focus on is what comes back onto you. So when you're sending out all this positivity and enthusiasm and joy, joy de vivre, the excitement about getting up every day and moving forward and what new thing is coming today. There's always going to be more new things exciting and happening and more ideas and more brilliance and is coming because what you put out. So it's very exciting. And then the third card, and this card came from my magical deck, and this is a manifestation deck. And I like to pull the third card for manifestation because it typically gives us information that we need to deal with the cards that have come before. And this is just a three, well, kind of a 6-card spread because I pulled confirmation cards, but it's when I do a big full reading with lots and lots of cards and several decks and all that, whatever, the manifestation cards are what give you the information that you need to put your physical, emotional, and spiritual thinking to work for you. And it's the law of manifestation, the law of attraction. That's all it is to it. But I pulled this one because I like to. And the card that you got is have faith. And this one means that your prayers are manifesting. And when you get the have faith card, it doesn't mean that you've not, that you haven't been doing anything and that you're starting at the beginning. This means that you have been moving forward and you have been using the law of attraction and using the law of manifestation. Sometimes people don't even know they're doing it, but it happens. So, but this is asking you, it's telling you your prayers have been heard and they're being answered, and those things that you've been working toward are going to start coming your way. And it's asking you not to quit before the miracle occurs. So this is really about following your guidance, listening to your instincts. So interestingly enough, and I pulled out confirmation cards for each one of these cards. So the first card is a circle about how everything is connected. And the confirmation card we got, and the confirmation cards I all pulled from the manifestation deck because sometimes we need a little guidance. And what you got was the alchemy card. And I thought that was an amazing card to go with how everything is connected, because that's really what alchemy is. It's and the thing about alchemy is magic. And part of that is that there's strength in numbers. But the big thing is with alchemy, when it comes with the connected card, is it's confirmation and affirmation that you're not alone and that you are getting assistance not only here in this earthly life, but from the other side of the veil as well. You are absolutely co-creating with spirit. Your prayers have been heard, feeling that connection. And you're gonna, if you haven't been, you certainly are now, and you will be in the future even more so. That you're beginning to realize and use that sense of self-worth and excitement and enthusiasm that's so important to us being who we should be. So the alchemy card came in confirmation card saying that you actually have the Midas touch right now because you've shed that little cloud and you're letting go of those doubts and you're feeling confident and you're moving forward and you're bursting with all these ideas and enthusiasm and love, and everything is just rainbows and unicorns for you right now, and that's what it's moving into, and that's very exciting. Then for your new life card, you got the new life card, meaning that all of this stuff is happening and you're bursting with all this enthusiasm and creativity and all this kind of stuff. And your confirmation card was ready, set, go. Oh my gosh, there's not another card that could have been better. Ready, set, go. It's all about the now. Now is the perfect time. The time is absolutely right now. For you to take a leap of faith, and you got to have faith cards, but take that leap of faith. It's okay to take those risks, those step a little bit off the ledge, because you really can fly right now. Now is the time. It's the perfect moment for you to really be focused on living the life that you choose, on going after what it is that you really want, what you desire, what's in your heart of hearts, that you say, if everything would be peaches and rose petals. If finish that sentence. Now's the time for you to go after that. If you've been thinking about going back to school or a career change, or you've been considering, I don't know, buying a house, or is something that feels like a little bit of a risk to you, the time is now. And the between the new life and the ready, set, go card and the alchemy card that tells you that everything is magic. You got the Midas touch right now. These ideas that you're bursting with, maybe you're wanting to become to do something exciting. I don't know, move to an island, become a scuba diver. Crazier things have happened and people have done it. The idea is that there really isn't, there's no such thing as dreaming too big. So dream big, go after exactly what it is you want. The time is right. And do it now, because now there's no time like the present. Then the confirmation card that you got with your have faith card. And remember, the have faith card was asking you to remain positive and follow your guidance, follow your intuition. Your intuition, your gut instincts will never lead you astray. I'm going to tell you that again. Your instincts are never wrong. And if you find yourself occasionally saying, I knew that, stop saying it and just follow your guidance. Follow your instincts from the beginning, because they are never wrong. And the confirmation card that you got with that is yes. This tells me that there's something that you've been wanting. There's something that you've been thinking about, and you've been mulling it over, and you're thinking this would be really great. And I don't know what it is. I have a feeling it has something that you feel like you're not prepared for, like you feel like there's some study or some practice or something that needs to happen before you feel like you're ready. First of all, you've been told right now to go right after it. Go after it, whatever it is you want. But you got the have faith card, which is telling you that your prayers are manifesting, your prayers are being answered. What it is you want, whatever it is you've got in your heart of hearts that you've been afraid to talk about, or that you've been mulling over and beating a dead horse with it forever and not making a decision. The time is to make the decision. And you say, but is it the right thing to do? Is this what I should do? Is this best for me? Is this best for my family? Is this I don't know if it's the right thing. Let all those doubts go, because the answer is yes. Do it. Just do it. It's waiting for you. It's been prepared for you. If you have any questions about that, Spirit is set there ready, waiting to answer those questions for you. And you can just have a little dialogue. You can ask, I'm kind of scared. And then you know what's going to happen? You're going to find the courage to do it. I'm going to tell you something else. Courageous people feel fear. They just do it anyway. And I want to tell you something else. You know what the difference is between the people who live exciting, joyful, fulfilling lives and the people who sit around on their couches and admire them or envy them? The people who live those lives actually just get up and live those lives. That can happen if they try something and it doesn't come. The journey is amazing. They learn new things, and they learn things that are going to help them on the way. And then they just change their plans and they do something else. So what? If you never fail, you're not trying hard enough. So this is such an exciting, message for you. Know that you're loved and you're being assisted. Don't forget to ask for prayers. You've got the Midas touch right now, and everything is going your way. You're going to be bursting with creativity and enthusiasm. You're going to have all these little ideas kind of just popping in your head and coming up. Keep something with you. Either do your voice memo on your phone, keep a pen and paper if you like the old-fashioned way. I always have a pen with 5 or 6 different colored pens and paper in my purse because I like to color. But voice memos, whatever it is you have to do. Write stuff on napkins, write on your hand. Whatever you have to do is these little bursts of inspiration come to you, because they are a genius and they are actually divine inspiration. They're coming from the Spirit, and who loves you very much and wants you to continue to move forward. And the other thing that I feel very compelled to tell you is it's very important that you remember and that you recognize um, really how valuable you are and how much better the world is with you in it, even if you don't think so. And um, remember that self-care is never selfish. And you need to take care of yourself physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Be working on that balance. And so that you're constantly moving forward and evolving. But also recognize that um, when you are at your best, not only are you a blessing to yourself, but you're a blessing to those around you. And that's already been established. So it's just more confirmation that you have very much, so much more to contribute than you realize. So there you go. If you have any questions, you're certainly welcome to reach out to me. If this has raised questions and you have specific questions, you're certainly welcome to ask me about that as well, and we'll see what we can find out. And in the meantime, I'm very excited for you, and I hope that you'll keep in touch with me and let me know about the exciting things that are happening, because I have no doubt that the sun is shining on your face right now, and I think that's very exciting. So uh, get ready, because you've got all this new life coming to you that has been prepared especially for you. So I hope this resonated with you, and that there's things in there that meant something to you, so that you can take and use. And thank you so much for letting me do this for you. I love doing readings for people, but this is kind of a personal thing. And so I am very grateful that you allowed me into your space to do this. Um, and I'm excited to hear what you have to say about it. So here you go, Bridge. I hope you enjoyed it.